Hello, this is Marco Vovk from www.houseinvestigations.com. If you step outside on a humid day, you may inhale over 100,000 mold spores without a second thought. Add 5 bags of mulch around your bushes, and you're inhaling another million mold spores. Yet you never complain about mold outdoors. Oddly, when a mold inspector tells you that you've got 1,000 spores of penicillium in your basement, a wave of panic hits. Suddenly you experience memory loss, headaches, and even imagine your fingernails turning green. Modern homes are built to be tight and moisture resistant, but that often means when they get wet, they stay wet. Older homes, before air conditioning, could dry out naturally from both inside and outside. Today's homes may feature exterior siding systems like synthetic stucco, cultured stone, or hardy board, but these are often installed without proper drainage spaces or house wraps. Some builders skip weep holes in brick entirely, which are necessary to let wet brick drain. Meanwhile, aluminum-clad windows are rotting nationwide, and we fill our walls with foam, fiberglass, or cellulose, sometimes adding non-breathable plastic or vinyl wallpaper to the mix. People then flip on their unbalanced HVAC systems, add a furnace humidifier, man's dumbest invention, and wonder why mold appears. Here's the truth. Mold only needs 3 things: spores, nutrients, and water. Spores and nutrients are everywhere. Mold can grow on a dusty mirror, feast on drywall, and thrive even on moisture-resistant green board in your bathroom. You can't outsmart mold. While we can't control spores or nutrients, we can control water. No water, no mold. Plain and simple. Water enters our homes in many ways: leaks, damp basements, poor HVAC systems, high humidity from unsealed sump pumps, humidifiers, vented crawl spaces, or ventless appliances, all promoting mold growth. Along with mold comes bacteria, dust mites, insects, chemical outgassing from building materials, and more, all of which can affect your health. Damp homes cause paint to peel and produce lead dust, make insulation fall and become hazardous, and allow materials like OSB and particle board to release formaldehyde gases when wet. Let's not forget about air fresheners, cleaning agents, glues, insect fragments, pollen, mouse droppings, and much more. An endless list of hazards. Don't blame every health issue on mold. Prescription drugs cause side effects for nearly 40% of Americans. I once had a client who spent thousands on home testing before discovering her itching and rashes were due to her medication, not mold. If you have pets, carpet, and high humidity, dust mite fecal pellets may be the real culprit. The so-called mold craze began in Cleveland with several infant deaths linked to damp, rundown homes, possibly full of lead, asbestos, and dust. This concern spread nationwide, amplified by celebrity headlines. Remember Ed McMahon blaming mold for his illness and his dog's death? Soon, mold experts and snake oil salespeople popped up everywhere, fueling a multi-billion-dollar industry. If you send the same tape-lift mold sample to 5 different labs, you'll likely get 5 different results. Test the air in the morning or afternoon, and your mold counts will differ. Samples are often analyzed by certified lab technicians who completed a 4-day microscopy class. No one checks if they're dyslexic or even passed high school math. Still, a week later, your mold expert returns with dire warnings of toxic contamination in your home. I recently read the 140-page New York State Toxic Mold Task Force report from December 2010. Here's what I learned. If you see and smell mold, you've got mold. All mold is bad, unless it's the non-moldy cheese in your fridge. Fix your home's water, moisture, and humidity problems. It really is that simple. You don't need a task force of government officials with 0 construction experience to study mold 101 and tell you what to do. If you have leaks, fix them. If humidity is high, lower it. Run a dehumidifier in your basement. If there's condensation, something's wrong, go diagnose it. Sometimes you'll need a qualified ASHI home inspector or building scientist to help. Once you fix the moisture, take precautions to prevent a repeat. Expensive lab tests aren't necessary to identify mold, and frankly, it doesn't matter what type of mold it is. Every kind can be bad. Toxic and non-toxic are scam buzzwords invented by mold litigators, mitigators, and scamulators. Even major cities have stopped using toxic mold in reports. Forget those miracle mold killer chemicals. Mold doesn't care what you use, and your house dust is full of millions of mold spores just waiting for moisture. Even if you wipe out all the dust, opening the door brings in new spores. If you're healthy, just clean up the mold. Lay down moldy mulch, put on your glove and respirator, and handle it. After all, I survived eating mud pies as a kid. Mold is overrated. We need to build homes suited for our climate zone, using materials that work together, and let our homes dry out when they get wet. Stop venting crawl spaces in cold areas, and stop installing vapor barriers and other interior products incorrectly. It's baffling how the public relies on mold tests and mitigation contractors for all the answers, as if we're getting dumber by the day. Thank you for watching. I'm Marko Vovic from www.houseinvestigations.com. Please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos.